question later and a motion that touch on issues around the Lower Thames Crossing, but I think it is worth just taking a moment to talk about that and to reiterate a couple of, I believe, important points. The first is that this council does remain implacably opposed to any further Thames crossings here in Thurrock, and it doesn't matter whether that's option C or even option A, and I'll come to that in a minute. It doesn't matter whether it's route 1, route 2, route 3 or route 4, none of these will be good for Thurrock, and all of these will put a lot of that hard work that we've been doing under threat. Last week it became absolutely clear that the government and Highways England are thoroughly confused about what they want, except it seems that they all want to dump on the people of Thurrock. When Highways England eventually launched their consultation on the 26th of January, just 12 hours after our last public meeting was held, it was perfectly clear that option A had been dropped. There can be absolutely no doubt about that. Whatever Highways England may say now that their Lords and Masters at Westminster have changed their minds, option A was dead, and I think we can prove it. The question and answer document issued to Highways England staff at question 2 asks, why are you not consulting on route option at location A? Considering the current position, the answer is interesting. It says, and I quote, in summary, Highways England's assessment has shown that a crossing at location A would not solve the traffic problems at Dartford and would do little for the economy. In light of these findings, Highways England has concluded that a route option at location A will not be taken forward, therefore this option is not included in the public consultation. I think that is very specific. Option A is not included in the consultation. A couple of weeks ago, we, Councillor Gledhill, Councillor Snell, Councillor Little and I, wrote to the Secretary of State asking that he extended the consultation period. He has not replied. However, since then, the Transport Minister, Andrew Jones, has declared quite clearly that option A is still being considered by the government. I think that Councillor Gledhill, Councillor Snell, Councillor Little and myself should get together again and write to the Secretary of State to demand that the consultation is now stopped. Stopped now, today, this minute. If ministers are really saying that option A is on the table and the agency says it isn't, how are we and how are our residents supposed to respond sensibly? If option A is being considered, despite Highways England's belief that it would not solve the traffic problems at Dartford and would do little for the economy, then we want to see options at Canby, Pitsea and Southend being properly investigated and properly considered. If a minister can instantly get option A back on the agenda, even if against the advice of Highways England, then it's clear that just as quickly they could get option D put back into consideration, and I believe it's time to do that. Both the government and Highways England should consider what we've been saying for the best part of 6 years. Sort out junction 31 as well as junction 30. Design an admittedly expensive scheme to tackle the congestion. That has to be better than a £6 billion scheme that allegedly will create one job for every £1 million spent and then discover that it doesn't work anyway. Now is the time for government to grasp the nettle, to say, we got it wrong, we're sorry, but we're going to put it right. If a full and modern investigation of all the options from Southend to Rainham comes up with the same answer, then so be it. If a full modern investigation takes into consideration the effect of all Transport for London's river crossing plans, and if that full modern investigation includes new congestion mitigation, such as sorting out junction 31 and the approach to the Twin Dartford tunnels, then so be it. After all, Madam Mayor, it's not that we are NIMBYs. We already have 3 crossings in Thurrock. We simply believe that at the moment, a 4th Thurrock crossing is not properly thought through. A 4th Thurrock crossing plan is based on old and inaccurate information. A 4th Thurrock crossing will not solve the problems. There are cheaper and simpler options that should be investigated first, and if necessary, all options, as all options, should be looked at again.